now. Here to weigh in on his candidate, who you just heard from, Marco Rubio, and his odds tonight, the former governor of New York. George Pataki, of course, was a former presidential candidate himself. It's good to see you, Governor. Thank you for coming in today. And a lot of talk there about this idea of senator versus governor, which Governor Christie has argued, and even those voters that John Roberts spoke to are undecided and are thinking about that. Why, as a former governor, do you support Senator Rubio?
You know, I think Senator Rubio has the right vision for America. He's actually accomplished things in the Senate, which is extremely hard to do in Washington today. I mean, he is the person who got through the budget provision that defunds the taxpayers for the Obamacare exchanges, so Obamacare is going to have to go. He has the best strategic vision for protecting us from radical Islam and projecting American power intelligently overseas. And, Connell, you know, I was governor on September 11th.
Yes.
And to me, the single most important role of the president is to keep the American people safe. I have absolute confidence Marco Rubio, as president, would do that.
And that's why you picked him. Foreign policy had a lot to do with it.
Foreign policy had some to do with it, but I also like his domestic agenda. And I also like the fact that he is an inclusive politician. So many in both parties in this campaign are running to divide for their own benefit. He is looking to bring people together for the country's benefit, and that's what I admire.
It seemed like he got tripped up. I mean, it didn't seem like he got tripped up. He did get tripped up by Chris Christie in that debate. You've seen these things play out over the years. That probably will hurt him today. I don't know. What do you think?
You know, I certainly don't think it should, because you don't look. In fact, during that debate, I think Senator Rubio was brilliant. He gave tremendous responses and answers, with the exception of responding to Governor Christie's, in my view, unfair attack.
You thought it was unfair?
I thought it was totally unfair. But it's so typical that when you can't talk about your own record, you attack others. And Senator Rubio kept the focus on Hillary Clinton, on Barack Obama, on Bernie Sanders, because he wants to bring us together. And yes, on foreign policy, yes, on a vision for America, but most importantly, yes, that he wants to unite Americans behind a common cause, a common belief in our future.
But this idea of him being a quote-unquote robot, you know, they're rolling. I was up in New Hampshire over the weekend, and people literally dressed up in robots. You know him.
Somebody was interacted. Someone was paying them to dress up as robots.
You've interacted with him, and you know him. I'm assuming. You know, we've had him. We've interviewed him too, and I just saw him in that interview. Did you ever think of that before?
No, not at all. He's a terrific guy. He's a relaxed, intelligent person who has studied the issues, and he has tremendous background.
But he knows he
knows the issues.
Going back to talking.
He's not looking at a card and memorizing something. He knows the issues. I mean, he was the speaker of the State Assembly in California, in Florida. He has government experience. He has a vision for America. He will bring us together. Marco Rubio should be our next president. All right, we have to go time-wise. I got to ask you a New York question.
Sure.
Do
you think Mike? I know you know him too. Do you think Mike Bloomberg's getting in this, or?
I think it's very hard for him because it's so late, and he'd have to make a decision quickly before he knows who the Democrats or Republicans are. And I don't know that ultimately he'll do that. But it's a personal thing. We'll know soon enough.
Crazy year, and I know you were part of it for a while. Thank you, Governor.
Crazy year.
Good to see you again.